Bionano Genomics technical analysis, some end-of-year price targets, along with reviewing some recent news. Number one thing you guys want to know about today is that we did hold this right now the 21-day SMA, otherwise known as that middle Bollinger Band, sitting at $6.86. Current price $6.97. We're holding above this. I love it. I love that we are finally holding the middle Bollinger Band. We typically, since the start of the uptrend here, or sort of downtrend, uptrend, that would be nice, we have not broke above this 21-day SMA. You can't really see this because I have so many indicators pulled up. But basically, if you just look at the relation to the price action, the candles, and the little indicator where the price is, we have not gotten a confirmed breakout above this middle band since the breakout. Since the 1569 run, back in the good old days, essentially. So the fact that we are holding that now, at least temporarily, right, it could be a sign for something to come. And obviously, as long as we hold that, I mean, that's a great entry point. That's a great day trade opportunity. 686. We also have several other supports, keeping the price action above roughly that 690 area today. I was analyzing the price action, the level 2 data, the buy orders, buy lemma, the sell walls, fake buy walls, all this stuff. It was actually more, today was more fake sell walls. But today, our buy limit orders, instead of sitting at $7, investors have been actually mostly smart, I guess, or it's a coincidence. They have set their orders in the 680s and 690s, specifically because, number one, we got the 21-day SMA, right, that middle Bollinger Band, sitting at 686, as we said, currently, 686. And also, if we look at the 4-hourly, we have some very crucial levels of support here. So if we look at the Supertrend and the Parabolic SAR, 677 is where that parabolic SAR is trading at. And as you guys can probably guess, if you are even a beginner in technical analysis, almost every indicator, not all of them, but most of them, if you place them on the chart and they're not their own chart like the MACD, they act as support and resistance levels, and this one is no different. You can just look in the past if you don't believe me. All right, I'm not going to make the case for SAR being a good indicator, but typically you will see some strong support coming in. And I also love the fact that we are roughly holding the 693 61.8% retracement level of this Fibonacci. And you may be wondering, Brandon, how many freaking indicators do you have? We have 2 Fibonaccis. Yes, we do have 2 Fibonaccis. And this daily chart is very complicated. I would not be surprised if your mind is just blown right now. I will explain all of this, or at least the relevant parts today. This Fibonacci, this purple Fibonacci, is based off the bottom of the lowest low for Bionano and the highest high in terms of the correction, right? So cup and handle macroscopically, actually, before we get to the cup and handle, what do I think we're doing short term? Are we bullish or bearish? I know I'm a broken record at this point. I do sound like a broken record, but it is going to be dependent on whether we hold 686, 680s, and 677 at the lowest. Once we confirm the breakdown below there, pair that with the NASDAQ doing, effectuating that double top bear case scenario, and Biden's tax bill being awful tonight and in the next coming weeks, yes, we could see some bearish carnage. Now, am I betting on that? Hell no. Hell no, I'm not betting on that, my friends. Actually, the NASDAQ was looking very good today until the sour hour, which people like to call it power hour. It sucks most of the time. We literally got sour hour here. I thought JP did a fairly good job, and people did as well for the start. And then when he doesn't say things that are great, people are like, and yeah, that's what we get, because people are scared and stupid most of the time. But I am actually, as long as we hold this, let me go to the NASDAQ real quick. So this is very indicative for Bionano's price action. As long as we hold in this red level of resistance here, it may be support. Who knows if we're going to hold this. The longer we stay flat for the NASDAQ, if the NASDAQ trades sideways for the rest of the week, I will be progressively adding more BNGO shares, because the longer we stay in this resistance level and close to all-time highs that we did get rejected at perfectly, potentially effectuating that double top pattern, or number 2, we do something like with this, right? This was a rejection here, right? We had our first top here, came down, tested this, strong bounce. We tested this, wick up, right? Then we closed the day here. Then we broke it, and now we have 3 daily closes above this previous level of resistance, previous high for the last couple months. And we were obviously seeing some heavy support coming in there. I want to see the NASDAQ hold where it is now, or obviously preferably just go up and get into all-time highs, confirm the breakout, confirm 14,175 as the new support. Once that happens, that is the green light. That is your buy signal, in my opinion, for the NASDAQ. This is the NASDAQ up. This is the NASDAQ index, not the NASDAQ 100. Not there's like 5 different versions of the NASDAQ. This is the actual NASDAQ that is actually important, right? The all caps NASDAQ. That is the one that is important for me, at least. And in my opinion, I don't think that's debatable or disputable, but this is what you want to know. If you understand this, you understand my whole trading strategy these last couple of days. So going back to Bionano, let's say the bear case happens, right? What is the realistically, how low can we go if bear case, NASDAQ bear case happens, right? For me, I think the absolute lowest we can go realistically, and I'm not claiming this is going to happen. Please don't assume I'm bearish just because. Don't assume I'm bearish on Bionano because I'm saying the facts here. Lowest realistically we can go. This is not a fact, but this is what I think. This is what I see as the realistic low point for Bionano. 619, 620s. I think that is the lowest we can go. We've had a ton of institutions loading up, as we know. We don't know exactly where they've got in, but they've been buying throughout the downtrend. We obviously don't know exactly where or at exactly what price, because Fentel.io just does not offer us retail investors that kind of amazing information like they do their hedge buddies and the weenie babies in suits. But cup and handle is, as I said, or as I alluded to earlier, we do have a potential one, but as I have said before, there's not, unless we see a very clear cup and handle, a handle especially, I'm not calling any more cup and handles, because this one had a very nice handle here. We obviously broke out, hit the price target perfectly. It was like, I think the price target was like right up here, and we hit it almost perfectly. Fact check me in the last couple of Bionano videos if you would like to. We got that perfectly right. We obviously have been saying buy the dip. I've been buying the dip and got my cost average. My average cost basis used to be $10. Kept buying the dip. I suffered the red days and incurred the red days so I could enjoy the green days. And now we're getting red days, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on, Brandon? What are you doing, man? You said we were going to be good. You said we're going to be good." Everything that I've said is still 100% true. We still have the bullish signs. We are still bullish on the super trend and on the 4-hourly. Everything, there's nothing leading me to sell, right? I mean, if we broke 677, then it's like, okay, we got that flip on the 4-hourly. That's a little bit scary. But of course, even if that does happen, the NASDAQ goes up, and we're going to be right back at the previous high of 790, in my opinion. And also, I want to talk about the uptrend here. We are still forming higher highs and higher lows. And on the hourly chart, I actually want to look at the hourly chart here for a second. We do have a potential trend line of an ascending support going on. If we can draw this up really fast, we have a potential trend line. It is rough and it is not perfect, but we have a potential trend line, something like this or something like this. There's several different possibilities for this ascending support. We have 2 to 4 validations depending on where you draw it at. I think probably the most likely, I would say this, except the only reason why I don't want to say this actually is because we would have to get that bounce during the after hours, which, there's just not enough volume, I think, to get a strong bounce off this level and, push up all the way up to 720, 730, right? And I just don't think we're going to be able to get a new high, right? Every time we get that touch off the support, we basically need a new high. Higher highs and higher lows is what you want to see. You don't want to see any weakness in terms of the price action, and measuring that, gauging it with the higher high and higher low method kind of is a great way to do that. And obviously, our first touch points were here. We had our high here, next touch point, high there, next touch point, high there, and we're about to get our next touch point. And whether it is, whether it's going to be right there, whether we already broke it or not, right? Whether it starts like something like this, like this right here, right? We have a validation on that side right there. We already could have broken down. Now, I don't think that's the case, but it's up in the air right now. And tomorrow, hopefully, in hindsight, we can come back here and say, hey, yeah, you had this right, Brandon, but it was just a little bit off, right? Because I'm not claiming to have this right. What I'm saying is that this ascending level, it's up in the air right now. We don't have 4 validations or clean validations at any one particular point. That's why I'm kind of moving it around so much, right? We don't know, based on the current information, if this is going to be legit or not. If it is, that's going to be very bullish. Obviously, likely to see a big move tomorrow, of course, assuming the bill to Congress doesn't go horribly, and assuming the NASDAQ holds. And obviously, I'm more bullish on the NASDAQ now that we closed above. If you watch the live stream, you guys know I said as long as we close roughly above 0.34% in the red, above that, I am going to be progressively getting more bullish on the Nasdaq, and that is 100% true. I am considering adding shares. What I want right now actually is I want some stocks to go down in the after hours by some fear over the Congress bill, and I'm hoping to do some research on that. And I hope it's not as bad as it seems. And even if it passes in the House and they love it, I think if you watch the the tax proposal review overview this morning, I think there's a likely chance that the bill is not actually going to pass, because there's a lot of reasons why the Senate and Democrats too, and a lot of Republicans are not going to like this bill. So I will be potentially adding Bionano shares today in after hours or tomorrow. It just depends. I would love a dip down to this super trend on 646. So some potential levels to load up on 646, 687, 686, that middle daily Bollinger Band. So I know there's a lot here, guys. I cannot tell you. I know everyone wants to know, are we going to be red or green tomorrow? That's probably what everyone wants to know. But I can't tell you that, because it's basically entirely contingent on news. And the Nasdaq and the Congress, what Congress does and what Biden does. That is essentially, I think, that is what's going to be huge these next couple of weeks here. I absolutely believe that, and I also want to say that if we do see some carnage and dippage in the Bionano stock price, guys, 3 steps forward and 1 step back is nothing to be ashamed of. Just think of it this way right here. If we do see a false breakdown today, if we see a quick wick down to 650, or I don't know, even 630, if it gets really bad, right? Who knows? If we see a quick wick down, make sure, if you're going to panic sell, make sure, or before you start coming to these videos, start disliking everything, you go, you suck, Brandon. You told me we were going to bullish territory. We're not. Actually, I told you we were going to be in bullish territory macroeconomically for the next couple of weeks, as long as we hold these reversal signs, and that is true. I have not been wrong on that yet. We are still in bullish territory, although we've gone down a little bit, consolidated a little bit, right? Cooled off a little bit from this nice 20%, 50% run up, actually. We are still in bullish territory, my friends. The daily, the 4-hourly are my favorite indicators, and I'm not just saying that because it's convenient for this video. I'm on record for saying this plenty of times. 4-hourly and the daily are the most significant time frames for me for gauging short to mid-term price action with the SAR and the Supertrend indicator, and we're bullish on both of them. So all in all, I cannot tell you if we're going to see bullish or bearish tomorrow. If I had to guess, I don't want to pump the stock, and I don't want to say we're going to go green tomorrow, but I would say it is more likely, based on what I know right now, to be more bullish tomorrow and the rest of the week. Of course, contingent entirely on the Nasdaq, basically, and of course, news would help out a lot. We have not got news the last couple of days really at all. I mean, we have kind of. We're going to go over a little bit of news that came out. Not really anything huge though. But we've got a little bit of news. But anyways, so that's what we're looking at as far as the technicals. There's not much else to go over. MACD, we're in bullish territory. We still have that bullish crossover. RSI, we've got plenty of room to go. We're at 48. We're closer to being oversold and overbought. So I mean, take a look at the weekly Bollinger Bands. Okay, we also have a potential resistance level. One level to break out. We have the 21 SMA on the weekly chart here. That's going to be at 734. Otherwise, the middle Bollinger Band, you can also call it that. So 734, that's going to be roughly in that range, 730, 740, 720s. That's going to be another crucial level of resistance that we are going to be needing to watch once we start seeing another huge green day. And also a quick thing here. A couple of days ago, everyone was all in. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Brandon, you're a wizard, you're a god." And I know some people are wondering now, like, dude, is this just, did this guy just get lucky, or like, are we seeing this right? Or like, you guys, oh my God, it's so funny. It's so funny, but it's so seriously awful at the same time. When the stock goes up, people love it. When the stock goes down, people hate it. And I have to tell you guys, I've been saying this throughout the entire downtrend, and we're not downtrending right now. We've went down like what did we go down yesterday? Like 8%. So we've went down like 9% 2 days, I think, roughly, after going up 50% in a couple of days. My friends, you have to suffer the red days to enjoy the green days. And of course, if you're like me, you took some off the table in pre-market yesterday when we were at all-time highs. Not all-time highs, that would be nice. But when we were, all the way at, 767, yeah, that's where I sold 72 out of my 472 shares. I will be re-entering lower. I could re-enter lower right now, and I'm going to be looking too. I'm going to be looking for signs of an auspicious buy. Right now is auspicious buy. Anything under 10 is a steal. I know there's a lot of things in this technical analysis. I know I jumped over all over the place. There's nothing crazy to talk about except the levels to watch, I would say, which, if I had to recap, I would say 687, 660, 677. Those are some important levels of support. Resistance, 734, and also a holding above $7 would be really nice because typically Bionano shareholders, we do like to build very nice buy walls, not buy sell walls, buy walls at the whole number. So that would be really nice. So potential entry points and 646 bear case. So those some important levels. I think we are going to be, I think it's slightly more likely to go green tomorrow, but not by a ton. The contention on the NASDAQ. So I know there's a lot there, my friends. But this is what we're looking at. And because the NASDAQ closed within this range that I gave out earlier, I'm much more bullish. And because JP didn't crash the markets, he basically he didn't really do anything, I guess, all in all. He basically just said the same thing he's been saying. For me, at least, that's my conclusion from it. Just the same transitory, just the boring, it says that word five times a sentence, right? Bionano's Twitter here, they have this little promotional marketing thing. Very weird, but it's very cool at the same time because it's so true. Save time and reveal more with Saphyr and Bionano Access. Take complex, time-consuming bioinformatics out of your process and discover new critical insights about your cancer research samples. Learn more and schedule a demo here. Let's take a look at their site here. Take a look at how legit their site is, their marketing, their team. I mean, this is about as good of a website as you can get. I'm not trying to make the case like, oh, the stock's going to go up because they have a good website. No, I'm just saying this is something that you'd like to see. Obviously, I've said before, their marketing team is absolutely phenomenal. But actually, jumping over here, we're going to go over some institutional news here that is very recent. But talking a little bit about the cancer, the critical insights about your cancer research samples. I've been saying for a while, and this is another point that I'm going to brag here. Yeah, I know. Brandon's going to brag again. Here we go. Dislike, unsubscribe. Oh, yep. I'm going to do that. Go ahead. Feel free to do that stuff, I guess. But cancer is going to be a market for Bionano. Mitigations and how hard the cancer actually penetrates your system and actually affects your immune system and entire body. Revolutions can be made in that healthcare space because mitigations can be made. For example, enhancing chemotherapeutic drugs that are helpful in detecting cancer, how it starts, DNA replication, right? All this, how cancer replicates itself, like that 7,000 times, like then goes everywhere in the body, like that quickly. Understanding how the cell actually replicates itself that quickly, we could figure out how to stop that. And optical genome mapping is going to have the highest potential to do that than any other system or synthesis or idea or apparatus on the planet, undoubtedly. I mean, we had proof on this a couple of weeks ago. We've had publications about this a couple of weeks ago. You can just watch my last couple of videos if you think I'm just making this stuff up. I get comments all the time these last couple of days as our channel is just going insane, right? Well, not really, kind of. People thinking that I'm a fake, I'm a pump and dumper, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, provides claims with no evidence. The evidence is there. I just don't want to say it sometimes because I say it every damn day, bro. I say it every day. I say this stuff so much. My OG watchers know I've been saying this stuff for months, for weeks. Just go scroll through the channel. It doesn't take much time. Pump my channel unintentionally, my friend, and watch the videos after the technical analysis. Watch the fundamentals, stuff like this. You will find the publications for this, or just look up on Google Bionano cancer DNA replication findings, research and development. Right? This is not hard stuff to find, and this is from a commenter on my channel. Shout out to this person, and this just gave me the idea of just bringing this up. So let's quote this person right here. Finding 7 different variants in really sick COVID patients is humongous in their opinion. The ability to pinpoint cancer and see where it's starting and how it changes the healthy to sick cells, I mean, in my opinion, that this company will be the part of the cure for cancer. I wanted to give you this last part essentially because I'm not calling that Bionano is going to find the cure for cancer, but what I will tell you is that you better be damn sure that I'm damn sure that Bionano and optical genome mapping will have the number one most auspicious opportunity to find revolutionizing advancements and enhancements in chemotherapeutic drugs and mitigations in cancer and preventative care, solution care. I mean, drugs to mitigate it. I mean, the opportunities are limitless here, obviously, and there are endless markets for Bionano: cancer, prenatal, postnatal, cytogenetics, susceptibility awareness as to what you are actually likely to get when you are a baby or adult. Either way, Also, how about the COVID market? Advancements there. Leukemia, autism, lymph node disease. Okay, how about that muscular dystrophy, FSHD? I don't know how to pronounce that, but I know I'm forgetting some right off the top of my head. There are limitless markets for Bionano. 2 new institutions filed their 13Fs here, 13FC SEC forms, and we have shares. We added 100 shares. Very interesting. An institution only added 100 shares. That's nonetheless, we'll take it. Right? Extra 100 shares for institutions to hold, and another 21,000 shares. Average price 558. Obviously, last couple of days we've had a huge number of institutions loading up. Mostly, we have not really seen any minuses. Right? We've seen one person sold out there. We had minus 4 selling 14,000 shares here. And then we really don't have many sells here. So last couple of days, last couple of weeks and months, and even longer than months, are very bullish for institutions. And of course, no disrespect to any of the YouTubers, but I have to make this clear because I don't think some people realize this. The file date here is not indicative of the transaction date, right? The 28th of April does not mean they made the transaction anytime, even in April, right? This is just when they filed it, my friends. This is not indicative of when they actually made the trade. So, as you can see, average share price of the 21,000 shares that they added here was 558. My friends, we are now in the $6-7 range. So this is a while ago, but nonetheless, still good to see, right? When you have institutions loading up, it draws interest, and I think that's the number one thing we need: interest and an open mind to Bionano share price. And we're going to get into later in the video how you can actually, my friend, I'm talking to you right now, can significantly increase the interest and actually organically and in a non-corrupt way pump the Bionano share price, literally just by doing a couple free things. But anyways, this is slightly bullish, but I want to drive this home point. This does not necessarily mean they bought on the 28th. I guarantee you they did not buy on the 28th because the share price is 558, right? So they bought before, just getting filed now, nonetheless, very bullish. If we take a look at the institutional ownership in a total 5%, according to Fentanyl.io right now. Also, if we look at this chart here, let's see how outdated this chart is. This probably is very, okay, it doesn't even have April. Yeah, let's not even look at this. Yeah, typically the charts are very outdated on Fentanyl.io, but nonetheless, slightly bullish. Catalysts and events, I'll put a card. That's the video. Just go to my channel, and it's the recommended video for returning subscribers. The catalysts and events for Bionano. If you don't know any of this stuff, please give this a chance. We've got a ton of stuff to look forward to for Bionano, and I did forget one, which is ARC's potential investment. So current positions. So I didn't make any trades today, except I bought Nano Dimension here. We're up 1.5%. I did that on a live trade. That was a live trade. Obviously, we're only up $2.40, right? It was literally just the start of my position. I want to make sure we hold that level as we kind of push a little bit. I'm going to be averaging up if the Nasdaq confirms the breakout above all-time highs. And we had a great time on live stream today. Did that live trade. We also were trying to trade BNGO, but they did not come down to my buy limit order. So I did not trade any yet today, my friends. So that's what the current positions are looking like. Relevant information in regards to how it's finished now, my friends. What can you do to increase the Bionano share price and interest of the stock? Why do I think interest of Bionano stock price is actually good? Why do I think it's important? Because, my friends, look at this. It's obvious. Look at this. The Bionano sentiment in Reddit threads, and you may be thinking, Reddit threads? Who the hell cares about Reddit threads? Everybody. Reddit threads are more likely and auspicious to pump stocks than YouTube videos. I promise you, my friends. I have been around Reddit for a while. It's one of my primary sources for information. Not necessarily the most reliable, but one of the most informative and telling information and sentiment gaugers there are. Our average 3-month volume is 30 million. That's not very high compared to the first couple run-up. We now are getting 15 million volume. Look at the volume for Bionano, man. We're dying here. We have no volume. We have nothing. We have no volume, my friends. We need volume. How do you get volume? You get people, retail investors, to become interested and exposed to the stock. You get them to realize, hey, we've got more than 10 catalysts coming up this year, and even more. We've got 14 catalysts easily. And if you don't think insider transactions and more institutional adoptions are going to be if you don't think those are concrete catalysts, please watch the video before you comment and say you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because I've had multiple people on my channel. We've gotten into a comment war, not necessarily a comment war, and I've proved them wrong. And this is the extent to how legitimate and honest and transparent I am. I have showed them the video. I give them the link. I tell them why they are wrong. They watch the video, and then they legitimately admit they are wrong with a high amount of courage. They are admitting they are wrong, and they literally have said, this has happened 3 times today, actually, on Reddit Reddit once and on YouTube twice, maybe more on YouTube as well. I forget sometimes I deal with so many comments I don't even know. But at least 3 times people have thought some of these are BS. They've watched the video. They've actually watched more than 30 seconds before they dislike and say, you don't know what you're doing. Once you actually don't put yourself in a position to fail, like the fallacy of composition, which is when you only look at one thing, then go apply it to the whole, aka watch 30 seconds, then go comment on the entire video, you will know that these legitimate things. And as we increase the interest of Bionano's stock, we're gonna in aggregate benefit from that and volume and in retail investor adoption, essentially. So what you can do here, my friends, I'm going to have a link in the video in the pinned comments and in the description for this Reddit thread right here. This is my post here from Auspicious Descent, right? All of BNGO's 2021 node potential catalysts, right? Disclaimers, everything. It is there. It is a great post. 92% upvoted on a subreddit, as crazily and as difficult and painful as track stocks, right? It's a great subreddit, but it's very hard to get anyone. They're very critical on track stocks. It's one of the hardest subreddits to actually make a good post in. We're doing amazing right now because this is an amazing post. So go up there, upvote it. And why do you want to upvote it? Why does it matter? Well, number one, because all the people who see track stocks are going to see this, right? 57,000 members, at least a lot of them check it every day or every couple of weeks. They're going to see this. They're going to see, hey, Bionano may be good. Also, more importantly, Dead Inside, the YouTuber that we love and respect, one of my favorite top 3 YouTubers, inspired me to start the channel a little bit. He is going to go over this track stock subreddit and look at this. And then, number one, he's going to see the channel and be like, oh, okay, this guy, Auspicious Descent, thank you for posting this. This took a lot of time. Good job. Well done. But more importantly, he's going to go over the catalyst and give his thoughts, giving more interest and volume potentially to Bionano's share price. So obviously, I know that was a nice tangent for you. Even in the irrelevant section, I'm giving you nice tangents, but I think that is very important. I think that's very important because that is a way we can directly, in a non-corrupt way, in my opinion, pump the stock price, but not dump the stock price. The key here, I might get some pump and dump allegations here. Oh, you just want to pump the volume. Everyone go like my post here. You just want to be a Bionano. You just want to make money off other people. My friends, I am holding, at least I will guarantee you, my friends, that I'm gonna hold Bionano shares, hundreds. I guarantee you, listen to this right now, write this down, download this video. I am going to be holding hundreds of Bionano shares for the foreseeable future, unless the CEO gets shot in the head or we get blown up to shreds like in oh man, I just thought of like 5,000 different movies. Now I'm blanking. But like the 5 ways, that crappy movie that where there's like 1,000 waves, tsunami, and everything, right? Unless something crazy like that happens, devastation on Earth, extinction event, I am holding hundreds of Bionano shares. I'm not pumping, dumping. Anyways, I've ranted enough on that. So go support that if you want. Relevant information is done now. It's been done for a while. What do we do now? Do this stuff if you want. Reddit and Dead Inside. You've already heard my spiel on that, guys. Please do yourself a favor. Do Bionano a favor. Do that if you want to. It is not corrupt. We are not pumping and dumping. We are trying to increase the stock price by upvoting a Reddit thread, my friends. That is literally, we are trying to increase the interest and the stock price of Bionano by getting awareness of the due diligence that we know as investors of Bionano. That's literally it. So I don't want to see any comments. If you want to make this comment, that's fine. I'll debunk you and I'll tear your comment to shreds. If you want to say pump and dumper, it's impossible for me to pump and dump with my such a small following. And I'm not trying to pump and dump, my friends. I'm holding my shares. So it's literally a fallacy, like 7,000 fallacies. This is not financial advice anyways. Thank y'all so much. See y'all in the next one.